Hey guys, welcome to Taerk Test Kitchen, where today we're gonna dive into the world of kimchi. That's right, I'm talking spicy, tangy, salty fermented cabbage that is so important for good gut health. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing we're gonna do is clean our cabbage. I have a large Napa Cabbage here, and I'm going to peel off the first layer of outer leaves that look bruised or mangled, so we just have the clean inner leaves. Then slice your cabbage in half lengthwise, remove the root end, and then cut each half into quarters. Then cut ½ to 1 inch chunks of your cabbage and put them in a large bowl. Repeat until all your cabbage is cut up and in the bowl. At this point, your cabbage should look like thick ribbons that are just dying to be fermented. Do you see it? Anyways, then toss your cabbage with 2 tablespoons of kosher salt and massage the salt into the cabbage. Make sure that all of your cabbage gets a good salty rub down. Once the salt has been evenly dispersed amongst your cabbage, cover your bowl and leave it at room temperature for 8 to 12 hours. This will start the fermentation process on the cabbage and pull out any unwanted cabbagey juices. While your cabbage sits, it's time to move on to the paste that will flavor our kimchi. To a blender, add ½ to 1 whole peeled Asian pear, depending on how sweet you want it, 100 grams of garlic, 100 grams of ginger, also peeled, 1/4 cup of fish sauce, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and ½ cup of Gochugaru. Now blend all these ingredients together, slowly streaming in 1/3 of a cup of water at a time until you get a thick paste. You're looking for a paste a bit thicker than a creamy salad dressing, but not a thick sludge. Reserve your paste in the fridge for up to 3 days until you're ready to use it. The final step before assembly is to prep our final vegetables. First, julienne about ½ cup of carrots by cutting a piece off one side. Then sit your carrot on that side so it doesn't roll around on you, cause they are round, and cut slices about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch thick. Then take your slices and cut them into matchsticks, and that is your julienned carrots. Next, we're gonna slice ½ cup of scallions. Now some people like to only use the green part, but I really like to use the whole thing so there's no waste. First, cut your scallions into 1 to 2 inch long pieces. Then slice each log vertically to create scallion ribbons, and that is it. Now it's time for final assembly. First, uncover your salted cabbage to reveal a smell that can only be described as rude and unpleasant. Then take your cabbage and add that to a large mixing bowl. Then add your chopped veg and your kimchi marinade and start mixing it all together. I recommend wearing gloves for this part because the paste will stain your hands a bright red and also make them smell quite potent. Once your kimchi is all combined, it is time to jar it up. Any glass or plastic jar will work for this, but keep in mind that whatever jar you use will forever smell like kimchi. I also suggest to put a paper towel underneath your jars for this process, as it's almost a guarantee that some kimchi will miss the jar opening and land on your counter. Add handfuls of your kimchi to your jars and pack it down to make sure it is completely submerged under the marinade. Once all of your jars are full, give them one last press down and wipe up any marinade that landed on the rim or outside of the jar. Then place a piece of cheesecloth over the rim of your jar and secure it with an elastic band to allow it to release gases while it ferments. Leave your kimchi in a dark place for 4 to 7 days to sit and get funky. Then cap your jars and place them in the fridge to use whenever you want. The younger your kimchi is, the less funky it will be. This stuff brings so much punchy flavor and is the perfect add-on to some fried rice or even a bowl of ramen. And that is it. As always, thanks for watching, and if you liked what you saw, please hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, and check back next week for a new video. Now get to cooking.